Hi everyone, it's me. Today is November 26th, 2025 at 2:31 p.m. and I need to talk to you about my drug addiction. Okay? So, as most of you know that have been in my live streams, you've heard me hit the bong and I was smoking weed, okay? Now, I wasn't just smoking weed like most people smoke weed, okay? I knew I had a problem, and up until about, I don't know, last week, I didn't have the mental or emotional ability to even face letting it go, okay? Because I had become so dependent upon it, especially with treating my CPTSD. Now, I just need you to know that today I had to go and connect with, thank God, they have an online consultation because I didn't have to. I went to a clinic actually to try to see if I can get a prescription for Gravol so that I could stop puking. But I was trying to get a hold of drug rehab places and places to help me with the symptoms of my withdrawal all morning. I would do good for a couple of days and then I'd go back like I was that day when I was in the hospital. And I knew that there was something wrong, even though the hospital didn't take me seriously. So I just spoke to, um, it's like a rapid access medical program for people who are, especially going through withdrawal and stuff like that. I spoke with a nurse and the staff was all really great. And I'm going to go in on December 2nd to like go to in-person counseling and therapy and like kind of like meetings for addicts. Um, I mean, I've been doing this since I was 23. You know, that was a time when when I was being abused by that man I was in love with. Okay, the uh, the false twin flame fella who caused my CPTSD to come back with a vengeance. Okay, and that's how I was even diagnosed with it in the first place when I was 23. So even though it did help, I told them today exactly how it was, that I've been doing it since I was 23 and I'm 40 now. And I didn't go without, like, I consistently did it. And, I would be borrowing money to get weed. And, like, I, it was bad. And I knew that I used it as a substitute. Like, I even told them it became my best friend because I have no friends and no family, right? But it was almost numbing me out, like to the point of where I wasn't able to connect with my emotions anymore, especially the ones that helped me connect with other people, because I feel like I just couldn't take any more pain from that. You know what I mean? I'm trying to express myself the best to my ability because not only do I always told you that I would be honest, and that whatever you know, I'm not ashamed or embarrassed. And I guess I hope that if I share this, maybe it might give someone else the strength. I don't know. But really it's quite the thing because she told me and I thought there was something wrong. Like she told me you just can't quit cold turkey and that you have to wean yourself off of it. Like we went over it, the high THC content and everything like that. So I knew it was this, and now I have confirmed it. Yeah, drug withdrawal, and it's quite bad. And she said like it can get pretty severe, which it has, right? So I just want to apologize that I won't be able to do the live stream today. Okay, and It may be a few days until I'm able to, because I don't know when this is going to hit me. And I don't even have money to go and get a joint. You know what I mean? Because she told me, like, can you go and get some and have it be a low THC with higher CBD content. I know, because I already went on, like, as a speech to myself, how much I hate it now, you know, that I never want to be on any kind of drugs ever again, or have any type of addiction or a dependency to anything ever again. And I'm glad that my spirit and my mind and my emotions is rejecting it. It's been something, like I said, that's been part of my life for a really long time. And so, but I wanted I wanted it to be, if it was going to be, it was going to be this time, you know? And so I actually, when I went up to this clinic that's only a couple minutes up the road, when I got there, they were only registering number 41 and I was 51. So I would have been there for hours and hours, and it's no guarantee that they would have prescribed some Gravol for me. So I left. But when I got home, there was a lady walking her dog that I always talk to outside. She comes and sees the kitty cats. I don't even know her name, you guys, but she's always so nice to me. And so I just told her, I was like, ma'am, I was like, do you have any Gravol at home? And I just told her the truth, that I'm going through drug withdrawal and I really need it. So she gave me the whole bottle. Yeah. Yeah. If you tell people the truth and you ask for help, most times, 9 times out of 10, they'll help you. If they can, they will help you. So I just want to let you know that I am battling through this and I'm not going to give up. Um, but now that the vomiting has subsided, okay, because I did take the Gravol, so, and the dizziness has dissipated enough for me to be able to function, to speak with you and look at the computer screen, because even the computer screen was affecting, like, my eyes will start darting back and forth really badly. Yeah. So excessive sweating, shaking, temperature irregulation. What was really nice though is that honestly my mental and emotional health has been great. Like, I'm not even messing with you or joking around right now. I had a little bit of a cry because I was frustrated. Okay. Especially when I was dialing all of these numbers and trying to figure out where I can get some help. Yeah. But other than that, it's been so helpful to not have the mess, that my mental health was at one time, and my emotional health. I feel like just being able to talk to you about this in such a way is an achievement for me, you know? Like the doctor at the emergency room, because I told him, that I had given up weed and blah, blah, blah. But I think there's not enough people that realize, because, oh, it's just weed. No, no. It's the excessive amount of time and the THC. Like I was feeling like, weird neurological changes, you know what I mean? Not only just emotional, but, excuse me, like with like disorientation and, oh my goodness, it was awful. Sweating and then shaking and then too hot, too cold, and just nonstop throwing up. And that's been a real nightmare because I've been trying to eat and then I'll puke up all my food and then I only have so much food left. So now I'm living off like cans of soup because that's all I've got left. And yeah, but it's okay because in 26, 27, 28, 3 days, okay, I will have money. And like I can't, because I don't have any money to even go and get a joint to relieve the symptoms. So, and I don't want to. That's the thing. I don't even want to. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back to sleep for a little bit and then see what happens when I wake up later on, and decide what I'm going to do then, you know. But at least I recorded this. I said what time it was. It's 2:41 p.m. right now. So um, yeah. But I know that I can triumph over this. You know, I definitely, I definitely want to know, like, how can I say this? Am I really doing as well as I think I am? Or is it somehow masking things because of the drugs? You know what I mean? So I would like to see just how it progresses, to be honest with you, even though I'm starting to get the chills again, but that's okay. Even though this is really difficult. Like, I've been sweating in all my clothes. Like, I don't have any money on my laundry card to go do more laundry, so like I'm just like desperately hanging on to what clothes I have left. Like, please don't soak them with sweat. But yeah. Yeah. Uh so if you didn't think this can happen, it 100% can. I don't have an acute illness. It's not mental illness. I'm literally having drug withdrawal. Okay? She told me that I really shouldn't have quit cold turkey, but I didn't think that it would be this serious. I didn't think it would be this serious, but it is. You can send your body into shock. So yeah, there we have it. You know, it's definitely not something that I'd wish on anybody else. You know, and if you are struggling with an addiction, I believe that the first step, like I said, is admitting you've got a problem. And I knew I had a problem for a long time, but I wasn't brave enough to tackle it. I didn't think that I could, but I can. You know, I actually didn't think that I could do it. And I think that's what held me back. So, yeah. So it was recommended that I wean myself off in small doses, but I even told her, I was like, once I get weed, I have no self control. I'll smoke bowl after bowl after bowl. So that's why I agreed to go for the drug counseling and meetings and stuff like that. Yeah. Until I can really work all this lifestyle and all of this out of my system. You know, I think it would be greatly beneficial. You know, and if you're having struggles too, please, by all means, reach out in your own community, because I was very frustrated. I had to call a lot of phone numbers, okay, and I had to do a lot of explaining, but I finally found someone to help me. So I know I look like shit. I've been puking all day, all full of sweat. You know, my hair is all like, but well, you know, like ever since I was up this morning, and at first I was like, it'll be okay because I felt fine yesterday. So I thought I'd be able to see you at a live stream this afternoon. But let's just try for Friday, okay? So, and hopefully, like, I'll see how I'm feeling, and and we'll try that, okay? Because I'd really, really love to avoid going to get more weed, honestly, at any cost. Like, it's almost like, I don't know. And this is what I needed to happen, though, where I just start hating it, you know? That's the only way I'd be able to give it up. So, is to start saying nasty things to myself about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not good for you. It doesn't do anything for you. Blah, 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 blah. You know? Yeah. Because it did help for a long time. But I truly feel like I might be able to deal with this on my own without anything like that. You know? Mm-hmm. At least until I learn some healthier ways, you know? Or to find like a CBD oil that works, you know, something. Because what I'm doing is not working. Okay. It's not healthy. Um, and it just doesn't benefit me in the ways that you'd hope, you know? So, like, I don't feel depressed. I'm all good, like, mentally and emotionally. Surprisingly, I've been pretty good. My dreams are coming back more vivid, where my conscious body is like more solid there. I had a dream where I was like collecting kittens around the house, trying to find out where all the kittens were. I don't know. But it was really lucid. And I could tell that my spiritual bodies, the etheric, mental, um, and emotional body, were connecting again. So, yeah, I know there's a lot of people, if you haven't struggled with addiction or you don't understand it, you're just not going to, and a lot of people will judge others for this. And I think that it's not something that anybody truly wants. That wasn't the goal. And I know that there's been people, especially in my day to day life, just that see me out and just assume that I'm a useless bum drug addict. You know what I mean? Mm, they do. And they don't understand, why even someone would need that or want that. Of course, I tried many, many, many different types of pharmaceuticals um, to treat my CPTSD. But SSRIs and SSRNs both had extraordinarily negative and adverse effects where I was like having diarrhea all day long, stomach cramps and vomiting and kidney pains. And I did it for 2.5 years, trying to satisfy my doctor because she blamed everything on marijuana. And that's why she's not my doctor anymore. Well, one of the reasons. I think I explained the other reason about the masks, about the jabs and shit. So I couldn't have her around then after she was bad for my health. So, but I have made a conscious decision to fight this in every way possible. And I would just ask, please, if you could send like healing energy, well wishes in your heart, energy goes where thoughts flow. And it would just, if you could pray for me, however, you do, I greatly appreciate that, because this is definitely not easy. Um, and, you know, the people were really good today. And so I'm very grateful for their help, because they didn't really take me seriously at the hospital. They didn't even check to see if I was dehydrated. And that's why I was all disoriented. And I told them, I was like, I feel weird in my head. Like I feel like I've taken something, but I haven't. They should have known I was severely dehydrated, but they didn't, you guys. And look, it was all bruised earlier. It went all green there earlier. And I had that mark from days ago. It was all green. I showed her on the camera. But anyway, listen. I was so fucking sick. I couldn't even believe it. I felt like my whole body was turning on me. Yeah. But that is what the withdrawals do, man. That's how those people on opioids, they probably get 10 times sicker than that. And I couldn't even imagine it. I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine what it's like. It was volatile. Like I was, did I put the bucket back? Yeah, I put my bucket back, but unbelievable. Vicious. Like it comes on viciously. So, and you don't even, I was just sitting here again. I sat down, I made a can of tomato soup and 2 pieces of toast. I sat down, I put on something to watch. All of a sudden, I was like, oh no. And it just hits you. It just hits you out of nowhere. Shivering, shaking. Even when they brought me out of this CT scan, for some reason, oh my God, did I tell you that when they put the liquid for your CT scan, they're like, you're going to feel weird. It's going to feel like you pee your pants. No, it doesn't. It literally felt like my vagina on the outside, like pubes, like actual fire crotch. It felt like my crotch caught on fire. On fire. Actual fire crotch. I am not joking with you. If I forgot to tell you that, yes. The CT scan, when they put the dye liquid so they can check your stuff, it feels like your crotch is going to set on fire. So if you ever need one of those, prepare yourself, because it literally felt like my pubes had turned into flames. Yeah. And then I got the worst. I was like, she ran and got me a hot blanket. It was so like, I couldn't stop shaking. My teeth were chattering loudly. Unreal, you guys. I've lost weight, you know, and I just put on all that nice, healthy weight. I had a nice, come on, God. I've just got my rack back. And then it's gone. But it's okay because I'll have to grow it back again, you know? So, anyway, it'll be okay. But I just, at least I told you. And I tried before, and I don't know. It was not an acute illness. I'm sorry. It's just, this isn't as common because there's not as many people that you would know that smoked as much as I did. So, and for a long period of time. So that's why. If it's uncommon and you think, yeah, right. No, I was right. I just didn't realize that I didn't think it was that serious where I would need to wean myself off of something. You know what I mean? But yeah, it is. So, I mean, at least I got my Scouts badge of trying to take it on cold turkey. I'm not considering it a failure. It's just misinformed about the mission. That's all. So, like I said, I don't have any money to even go and get a joint anyway, because even if I do, oh God. Yeah. So I got charged 3 times non-sufficient fund fees, and each time they charged me $45. So I had to call and beg the bank to reverse 2 of them, but my bank account is still minus $45 in the red. And I have to pay back a loan that I took out to try to survive this month as well, just with food. So I can't even buy weed with my PayPal. It's not possible. I can only buy it through my bank account, and it just doesn't work. So that's why I can only use it for Instacart, Anyway, so yeah. So half of my check's going to be gone the moment it comes in, and I'm going to be in the same position next month. Yeah. But let's just take care of the drug addiction first, and that will save me some money in the long run anyway, because I won't be spending $30 at least every week. You know what I mean? Or more. Yeah. But that's just how it goes. I didn't have 31 cents in my bank account for a purchase like my groceries from Instacart. They had to make an adjustment. So I didn't have 31 cents, so they charged me $45. You know what I mean? Yeah. Thank you, Royal Bank. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so I just thought I'd share that with you as well. But the great thing is that my mental and emotional health are good. I don't know why this is slowing and being stupid. I have absolutely nothing open. So I'm just going to stop and let you go. But there's my update, okay? I'm exhausted and I haven't been able to eat anything. I'm probably dehydrated again, you know? So I'm just going to go and lay down and then restart my day again later, and hopefully it works out. Okay? It'll be okay, everybody. I'm going to make it through this, and I appreciate your kindness, your support. I don't like the word love. To be honest with you, that's why I don't say it. And I'm not going to lie. Somebody said, I love you, Lacey, the other day, and it felt like poison. Yeah. So clearly there is an issue there with that I also need to dig into, and I probably will during the next few months of like this recovery process, Yeah. Because one thing that it did was it was numbing my pain, but it was also numbing other things, my ability to feel deeper, you know? Mm. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling now because I'm tired. But yeah, okay. Mentally and emotionally, I'm awesome. Physically, my body is betraying me. So, but that's just because I didn't know. I honestly did not know that you can't just do that to yourself. But now we know, right? Okay, everybody, thanks. I really appreciate you again. All right? Have a good day. Take care. Bye.